6:37. As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we have been showing you some people with exceptional accomplishments, but there are also some who just can't seem to get ahead. Income disparity is one reason why. Data shows that in 2019, the average white household in Florida had a median income of $66,000. For Hispanics, earnings were $17,500 lower. Now, financial advisor Cindy Arocho from Northwest Mutual Tallahassee joins us this morning for an in-depth look at that earnings gap. Cindy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, when we're talking about these disparities, is it a matter of Hispanics getting paid less for the same work or having less access to higher paying jobs?
It's a combination of both. Various studies on the subject have shown that there are several factors that contribute to this. First of all, there's a concentration of Latinos, especially Latina women, being employed in service sector jobs. And with those jobs, usually there comes a lack of benefits like paid leave. And then there's the second factor that contributes to this is there's an educational opportunity gap for the Latino community. According to the Heckinger report, Latino Americanos are half as likely to hold a degree, a college degree, as non-Hispanic white adults. So this education gap makes it significantly more difficult for the Hispanic Latinx community to secure the higher paying jobs. And just personally, I grew up with a mom who worked at a lipstick factory. My dad worked at a cardboard factory, and education was number one in our family. And here I am, with a Princeton bachelor's degree and 2 master's degree, and now the first Latina managing directors for Northwestern Mutual, paving the way for other Latina women. So I'm a living example of how we can really bridge that gap with the contribution of education.
Excellent way to really break the mold there. Now, we already know that women typically earn less than men. The research shows Hispanic women seem to earn less than everyone else, though. What's driving that?
Good question. Again, Latinas, we make up about 1/3 of the U.S. service industry. It's a service industry which often doesn't pay by the hour, right? It tends to have lower wages. Research also shows that women are typically underpaid compared to men in nearly every job, even in the food service industry. So while education may help increase women's earning, it still doesn't close the gender pay gap. Latinas are still paid less than white or Asian women, even when they have the same educational credentials.
And it's not just what they make that's causing some of that disparity. Just because they earn less doesn't mean that they get to spend any less on things like gas or groceries or electricity or anything else, any other necessities really. What would you advise, Cindy, for a lower income client to do to build some savings and security?
Regardless of income, one of the first steps to any financial security is building an emergency savings fund. And this can help avoid dipping into retirement savings in the event of emergency. So how much you add to your emergency savings fund really depends on several key factors. However, saving at least 1 month of your expenses is usually a great place to start. And then after you have 1 month of your expenses saved, keep putting money towards your emergency savings fund until you have about 6 months worth of expenses stashed away. Consider keeping your emergency savings in a high yield savings account so that you're earning as much interest as possible.
And that can definitely make a difference, as we've seen firsthand with some of the things that have gone on with Ian or any other emergencies. Just having a little bit saved up can really tie you over in those situations. What else can
Absolutely.
people do to overcome that wage gap? Anything?
Yeah, there's a couple other things. Supporting Hispanic and Latinx individuals in their pursuit of generational wealth, which is assets passed down, right, within a family from one generation to the next, is an important piece of closing that wealth gap. And that's where financial education becomes so important. I tell clients all the time, it's one thing to pass down money, but it's another thing to be passing down financial education, how to manage that money. So it's also important to advocate for yourself. Something we've talked about is ensure about what you're being paid is actually what you're worth. Take time to research your current salary, right? There's a couple of websites out there that you can look at your role and what the salary is paid in your region, what that ideal salary could be, so you can have an ideal, realistic ask, and be prepared to negotiate. Particularly women, right? We tend to not negotiate. We're not known as the negotiators, but asking, you can't lose by asking.
Excellent. We really appreciate all of the information that you have shared with us. And Cindy, we'll get some contact information for you so people can reach out in the future. Thank you again for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your morning.